Hey everyone, 大家好.
All right, so we've got another AMWF Reddit question today.
This one is about interracial dating and political leaning.
Woohoo! And it's got the controversial tag already underneath the question.
About to get spicy.
Let's do it. Let's get controversial, guys.
What's our subject matter today, Gwen?
Today, the question is, do Asian guys like trad wives in a foreigner or a more progressive girl? So before we get started, hit that like button if you applaud us for what we're doing here. These discussions can get pretty crazy. And if you guys like these discussions and want to see more of our content, hit that subscribe button.
I guess to start, what is a trad wife?
A trad wife, or traditional wife, is a woman who prefers to take on the more traditional roles in a house or marriage. So this woman is comfortable staying in the home, taking care of her husband, her family, the children, making sure everything's clean and organized.
So on the opposite end of the spectrum, what is a progressive girl? So a progressive girl is the complete opposite of a trad girl or trad wife. She is feminist, believes in female empowerment.
She's more career-oriented.
She is more career-oriented.
Yes.
That's a very good word. Yeah.
Yes.
So maybe put off on having kids until she is 30, or when she is already in a good position career-wise. At least that's the definition of a progressive girl in the scope of a marriage. I mean, there's the whole thing about the intersectionality. I mean, essentially everything. I'm trying to tread the water lightly here.
Right.
Yeah. You know a progressive girl when you see a progressive girl. Like, she will let you know.
So how do we answer this girl's question?
So she asked, do Asian men prefer trad wives, right? But the term Asian men is too broad. So let's split them up into three categories. Number one, we're talking about Asian men in Asia. Number two, we're talking about Asian men who grew up in the Western world, ABCs, if you will. And number three, we're talking about Asian men who somehow, through whatever reason, made their way into the Western world, aka my scenario.
This guy right here.
Yeah.
We're gonna start with Asian men living in Asia, but stay till the end of the video because we've got some dark history that we're gonna share from my past, from how I transitioned from a progressive girl to a trad wife.
So, when it comes to Asian men living in Asia, right, I think we can all agree that comparatively, Asian men in Asia prefer a more traditional marriage.
Yes.
Here's where I find interesting, okay? They absolutely prefer a more traditional girl when it comes to other Asian girls.
Okay, yeah. I
Okay.
can see it.
However,
Oh.
Asian men in Asia seem to have they have a stereotypical idea
Of course.
of what a foreign woman are and how they behave and what they're supposed to be. So now, before we even list some of the stereotypes, why don't you guys go ahead and list
stereotypes down below.
list some of those ideas that you have about a Western woman. All right, so they're definitely more confident, right? Confidence is a big thing.
Oh, yeah.
They're confident in their body.
Yeah.
They're more open, right? So
Do you mean like loose?
by loose, I hope you mean loose in their selection of men and their preferences. They're confident, they're open, they're loose, they're kissing people all the time, apparently that's what they say, right? They're always kissing and hugging. Just a lot of physical touching and stuff.
What's wrong with that? It's nice.
There's
isn't
nothing
it?
wrong. Just
Okay.
Asian men, they're definitely not cool with that. You know what I mean? It's
okay.
not, you don't just hug.
Why
You
not?
don't hug. If you have a female friend, right?
Okay.
You don't go around hugging them, in Asia.
Oh.
So that's how Asian men perceive Western girl, right? And I don't know how that perception came about. I mean, I can think back to one story when I was reading a children's book in China, and that children's book is called 淘气包马小跳. In one of the book, the female protagonist is an American girl who is blonde hair, blue-eyed, right? The girl will always be to show her appreciation when he gives her a gift or something.
Okay.
She will do that. And that
I like that though, but
that like
I
you
guess-
know, I guess maybe that triggers something in me
I think
from
that's what
back in the days.
started.
That's how this whole thing got started.
no.
Maybe Western girls are all portrayed in those like wild and loosey goosey type of way.
It's so nice seeing a glimpse into your eyes that's how you view. Or how you used to view us, I guess. I don't know if you still view us like that. And I
No,
all right.
no, I don't.
Okay.
I don't. So for Asian men in Asia, I don't know. Maybe when they see foreign girl,
Uh-huh.
right? They have a different expectation
Okay.
compared to how they expect Asian girls to behave. So
Right.
maybe they want the foreign woman to behave in a more liberated and open way. And also, honestly, in Asia, I mean, cost of living has gone so high that, you know, people are really delaying having kids until they're in their 30s, right? Until they're more stable to have enough savings or they have finally put down a down payment on their house. So I don't know. Maybe they want a woman who's just like, let's work, let's, you know, climb to the top of the you know, corporate ladder.
Yep,
I
family.
absolutely respect women who do that
Yeah,
as well. But
Of course.
so I don't know. Maybe you guys can tell us, what do you guys prefer? Do you guys prefer a more traditional wife type of role in girls, or do you guys prefer, you know, strong independent women? But progressives are not synonymous with strong independent women, as you are about to find out now.
So now let's talk about the Asian American men growing up here in America. And the American dating game right now is just a nightmare, especially if you're looking for somebody to try and marry. Basically does not happen right now.
No. But for you to understand why it's such a nightmare, especially when it comes to, say, maybe interracial AMWF
That's us.
relationships,
Yeah.
we have to dissect it into two separate perspectives. First is the perspective of the white progressives, and second is the perspective of the Asian men.
And without getting too deep into the topic of progressivism, because I am not qualified to do so, a big part of the idea of progressivism is that white people are taught to feel guilty about white culture and just have a general dislike for whiteness.
It's not just white people.
Yeah.
It's everybody who's progressive believe that overall being white is frowned upon.
Yeah.
So with this overall guilt towards being white, it actually affects how white progressives choose to date as well.
Yes, because white progressives are the only group of people that have this out-group bias. And what that is that they prefer to date and associate with people who are outside of their race, which kind of contradicts normal people who prefer to associate, date, and mingle with those within their race.
Right. So if I can make an honest observation,
Yeah.
this is anecdotal, not statistical,
Nope.
but I would bet money on this observation being statistically correct as well. Almost all interracial couples that we have met are all progressives.
Yeah.
And that proves this statistics that white progressives have this outgroup bias, meaning that they just end up getting themselves into interracial relationships anyway, and that's not mainly driven by their attraction towards that other race. It's mostly driven by
The disdain for their own.
and the desire to belong to a different culture. I guess they could also be attracted to whatever culture, right? Say like
Yeah.
for our example, right? Girls, progressive girls who want to date Asian guys
Yeah.
are they can be both, right? They could hate their own culture. And then they can also be attracted to
Another culture.
to Asian culture as well. I mean, it's almost like
course.
they substitute because it's so undesirable, especially among their own like social group, all the other progressives. It's so undesirable to be heavy on white culture that they choose to substitute that culture with Asian culture,
Yeah.
and thereby developing an attraction towards Asian men.
Yeah, which, I mean, it's good for the Asian men, I guess, if they like that. So now that we've talked about the progressive women, let's talk about the traditional women, these trad wives of the future. They are typically Christian women who are looking for Christian men. And Typically, Asian men are not thought of as Christian.
No.
They are not really in the Christian faith.
Right.
And the second thing is that these trad women do not have the outgroup bias.
Right.
So they are dating within their own race and do not
So you need to make extra effort for them to even consider you
as a candidate.
possible, as a candidate. And if we're talking about a ratio perspective, right? Right now, out of all the young people in America or in the Western world, they are largely progressive, right? So I would say over 2/3 of them are progressives. And so trying to find a traditional girl, no matter what race, I mean, just in general, men who want traditional girls are already looking for a needle in a haystack, right? Progressive girls are just kind of the default. So let's talk about the Asian American men, the young Asian American men. They're already, just like all the other young people, they're more progressive leaning, right? They're seeking a progressive partner, right? And even on top of that, you know, Asian men in America, they're not seen as like the prime ideal dating target. That's why you should go check out our rice cell video. There's the whole rice cell movement. Asian men are in general, not seen as attractive. So I guess beggars can't be choosers.
No.
So they're just kind of they gotta take what they gotta take what they're given.
So they're either left with the progressive Asian girls or just progressive white girls.
And that's just it.
So now let's talk about the Asian men coming from Asia to America.
Yeah, and honestly, in our Chinese platforms, a lot of guys are commenting, Mike and Guan, love how you guys interact with each other. Your chemistry is your chemistry is awesome. Yeah, we know.
Yeah, thank you.
But what they say is, I'm planning on studying abroad, so going to Canada, Australia, America, whatever. And I hope that I can meet a girl just like Gwen.
Thanks, guys, but unfortunately...
You're not gonna meet a girl just like Gwen.
I'm sorry, guys. It takes a while. It took our relationship 4 years to shape me into what I am today. Because when I was growing up in America, I was in a progressive household. And when I made my way to high school, I was never taught how to be my best self. I went to my art classes. I didn't focus on anything that could actually help me, like math or English or speaking skills. I was just told, hey, whatever you do, it's fine. Just like be yourself. And you know what happened? I ended up dyeing my hair a ton of different colors. I was anxiety ridden. I had depression. I was not okay in high school. Like I was honestly lost. I actually permanently altered my ears during high school and partway through college by engaging them. Like you could fit a finger through my ear. A healthy person...
I did. I fingered it.
Yeah, he did. When he first met me, they were honestly embarrassing once I realized that, permanently altering my body is not going to help me in any way. And I recently just got them fixed. They actually are not sewn together.
Yeah.
And
because once it's stretched that much, it's too loose. It will never get that tight again.
Another loose thing about American women can be their ears.
Yeah.
Once I reached college, I knew art was not my passion. I felt something inside me just say, this is not going to make you happy. This is not a career. And so even before I met Mike, I was already not focusing on my art classes and I was trying to study more in my important classes. And after we met, it was just like everything lit up and I knew what I wanted to be. I wanted to be a teacher. This is just a career that I knew I was going to thrive in. And Mike helped me realize that this is what I want to do. And this can also be a shameless plug for my business, Big Sis and Me. If any of you have any children or younger brothers and sisters who are wanting to learn English as a second language, send us a message and we will get back to you about it.
Free trial lesson.
Free trial lesson. And that's why I really created this business where I can work in the morning, work in the evening, and then have my entire day to help whoever is here. If it's our kids, if it's Mike, exactly.
And she's not just a stay-at-home mom, she does everything. You work a part-time job at this point, and that's income to support our family. And when I met Gwen, she was filled with all the cookie cutter, standardized, progressive opinions, and all it took is, you know, just an open dialogue about certain things for us to realize, like, hey, you know, there's an other side to this. And this is not to rag on progressive girls, but you know our opinion by now that trad wives are definitely
Trad
superior.
wife for life.
Yeah, but it's okay to date a progressive girl, but you don't want to get into something where your sole purpose is to change them into someone who they're not. I mean, that's just not.
Was that what you did? Like, did you see me and you're like...
You were a diamond in the rough.
Okay.
So what I realized at the time is that you had the best personality of anyone that I've ever saw, you know? Like, I loved interacting with you.
Yeah.
But, you know, you were just misguided. You were lost. Right. In the Western world, unless you're lucky enough to find yourself a traditional girl to begin with, and that's the only option you can pursue if you really want a trad wife. Right. That woman is a girl with traditional values. Yep. She is a trad girl, and that's why she's asking those questions. Believe me, you going into the dating pool is going to be like throwing chum in the ocean, you know? Like, you are going to do just fine. To answer your question, do Asian men prefer trad wives?
Across the board, probably.
But, you
it's
know,
not.
It's just not. Is it realistic to get a trad wife? No.
No.
It's not. It's not realistic at all. So, there you go.
So we hope you guys liked this video. Thank you guys so much for watching.
Yeah.
These discussion videos, you know what they are. They can get pretty crazy.
Yeah, and sorry about the bias. I mean,
bit.
Obviously, literally
coming
from the two most traditional looking people here.
Yeah, I wore this dress in honor of this video.
You're my trad wife.
That's it. I'm the trad wife.
Yeah, I'm the
life.
trad hub.
Is there such a thing?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah. See you guys on the next one.
Bye.